Good afternoon, everybody, or wherever it is that you're watching this. It's Thursday, March the 2nd. It's Abe from Game Saru. We've got our first container. Oh, I shouldn't say the first container of March. It's more like the last container of February. As you can see, a bit snowy on the ground. We've been getting dumped on for the past maybe 3 or 4 days. We've got today and maybe tomorrow as a day where the skies are relatively clear, and then starting Friday or maybe Thursday night, we're just going to get dumped on again until Monday. So if there's anything that's coming in, it's probably not going to get here because the roads are going to be closed because of all the snow. At any rate, looking at what we have here today, we of course have more wakas. Most of our containers that we're going to get are going to mostly be full of wakas. Looking back here, it looks like we have a 2DX, we have a Synchronica, we have a few more things here. What we'll actually do is we'll take a quick cut. As we unload, we'll go ahead and show you what we got. See you in a bit. Okay, so we are about halfway done with this container here, maybe a little bit over halfway. And before everything gets too buried, I want to go over what we've pulled out so far. First of all, we have a card connect. If you look over here, we've got a few of the sample cards here. And they look like they've been there a while. Sound Voltex 3. As soon as the focus wants to come in. Come on. Focus on the cards, not on the plastic. There we go. You can see, like, especially the ones in the middle, they're a bit, well, this one over here is very sun-faded. Moving on here, we have a whole bunch of Ulix oranges. Got 5, I'm not sure if there's any more. All across the back here, we got a whole bunch of wakas. As said before, we're just gonna have wakas on every container, just about. We have a 2DX somewhere over here. Here's the stage for that. We have a Synchronica. Also, one thing you'll notice is that, as is the case, this cabinet has a bunch of spare parts on it. So these are spare monitors. Over here is a brass cabinet with writing that says Fate LCD. That's what these are. We got 2 of them, actually. Over here we have some extra monitors here. We think that they are from an Initial D version 8. Coming over here we have a few Project Divas. This one we had to unwrap to get something out of it. And then heading on back here, we have 2 Blast Cities. So the interesting thing that they did here is that in this container we also have a bunch of these title benches, and most of them are loose. What they did here is they kind of just wrapped it to the top of the Blast City, which honestly, when we saw it, we were a bit taken aback, because if it was any of us, we wouldn't have done it this way. Affixing anything to, like, the sides over here. This is anyone who has a Blast City knows that these are very kind of prone to cracking and damage. These don't look too bad though. They padded them pretty well. Coming on over here is our other one. As you can see, they kind of did the same thing. They put padding on both sides. And oh, I didn't notice this. They padded the top here. They have foam, and they have the seat over here, so fits in there pretty well. I hope it's not causing too much pressure on this header here. I don't know how fragile this is, but as we said, we've worked with these cabs before, and they are much more prone to damage than like Astro Cities or any of the other ones. Here we have a 2DX with more of these benches. We got a good number of benches on here. I think the whole back of the container is just benches, or cabinets with benches on them. We got a whole bunch of spare reflect bead art on it. I thought that there was a LCD on here, but I was mistaken. Don't have any art on the top of the cabinet though. Might be under here, might be in the cabinet, or this machine might have just not come with art. And the last thing that we have here is, these are part of Initial D's. The other The other half of the initial Ds is in the container. It's interesting that they separated them like this, probably to be as space efficient as possible. We'll just need to reconnect these before they go out for shipment or wherever their final destination goes. Anyway, we'll be right back with the last bit of the container unboxing. Alright, so we are just about finished with this container. All these boxes that you see, they are all title benches. Looks like instead of stacking them 3 high and tying them together, they just stack them independently and then move the rest of them sideways. Which leads me to believe that they're just fine sideways, but just to be safe, we're going to still stack them right side up. Coming out here, thought you would have said hi to the camera, but you've got a few more of these boxes somewhere in there, or no, it's in the back. We have a spare piece for my. In the middle of this stack, it's going to be imprisoned by benches for a bit. We have a few of these boxes for ReZero. Looks like they are 1-to-1, yeah, 1-to-1 REM figures. Not sure if it's like the full figure or just from the head down to the shoulders or anything like that. Possible spoilers for another video. Just, coming back here, these boxes are, I believe, well, they're probably reading. I can also just look at the what they've written down on it. So that one is DDR LCD. So these are 2 replacement monitors for the black DDRs, I believe. If we're keeping in tune with what we've normally been getting. This is Card Connect from the previous video. We've got a few of these Sound Voltex card generators. One here. We got another one right here. Coming back here, we have this popping music with this rather nice looking pop on it. Still kind of secured. It's kind of secured on one side, and these are really just like adhesive and still on there. It's unwrapped because there was another bench on top of it, just mounted upside down. It wasn't bending the top of the cardboard or anything, but it was just there. And unfortunately, it was too high to clear the entrance for the loading dock, which is a problem we normally don't have, but that's what we had to do here. Here are the rest of the DDR, not DDR, initial D cabinets. As you can see, the seats are over there. And here's the other one. Here's another car generator. Seats are over there. We got one for 4 and then another one that's labeled 3. And the actual cabinets are here, along with what I believe to be extra monitors for this game. They'll either be used to replace monitors for this game, or they could be dropping replacements for something else. I'm not sure what the plan is yet, but it's the first time that they've ever sent Initial D to us disassembled. Again, probably to save space. With the rest of those boxes, it was kind of crammed in there. So whatever they had to do to make it work. We have one of these card readers for pop-in music. It's affixed to this game, which is Solar Assault. So we actually have 3 cabinets of this, and none of them are working. 2 of them don't have a PCB on them. One of them does have a PCB, but the PCB doesn't work. So what we're hoping is, or what I'm hoping anyway, is that this one has a PCB in it that works. And if so, we'll finally have a working setup for this game. So again, if that's the case, expect a video on it. Coming back over here, there is one more that I didn't say, and it's this. We have an Aero City, which, those of you who don't know, you have the Sega Cities, which are like the first round of what we know as candy cabs. Then we have this guy. Then after this was the Astro City. And then after that, the Blast City, and then so on and so forth. This looks... To be honest, I don't think I've seen one of these. I've seen too much of these. So for what it is, it looks really good. We've got a reproduction control panel here, which again looks pretty good. And yeah, and that looks like that about does it for this container. Unless you like more Waka and boxes, not a lot of interesting stuff on this one. But sometimes that's how it is. We got stuff coming. We got stuff that's always coming in, and will find its way out to those who have purchased it. So, well, I would say expect this. Those of you who have seats or Wakas or anything like that, they're here. Expect them in the next few weeks. This video is going to be out like way after you receive them, so never mind that. Anyways, anything you want to say to the fine folks?
Yay.
Well said. And that's not our driver, that's just someone who's backing out. Anyway, you guys take care. We'll see you in the next video.